Welcome to the video for chapter 39 of the Cambridge Introduction to Sanskrit, which is going to tell you about the pronoun asau adas. This is another demonstrative pronoun that means this or that. Just like sahtad or ayam idam, it is quoted in reference to its nominative singular masculine, which is asau, and its stem form, which is identical also to the nominative singular neuter, and which is adas. If it is contrasted with ayam idam, which was introduced in chapter 20, then ayam idam would mean this one, this closer one, whereas asau adas would mean that one, i.e. that one further away. But generally speaking, it greatly overlaps in its meaning with ayam idam. So both of them can mean this or that. The paradigm of asau adas is more difficult to memorize due to a relatively large number of stems. It also is used more rarely than ayam idam, so it is here given mainly for reference, but it does appear frequently enough that you should be able to recognize its forms. So here those forms are. Let's briefly take a look at those of the masculine singular, which are asau, amum, amuna, amushmai, amushmat, amushya, amushmin. So what you can see is that we have more than one stem and endings that on the whole are quite recognizable. So, for example, from the dative onwards, we have endings that are completely parallel to sahtad, where we had tasmai, tasmat, tasya, tasmin. When you look over the paradigm as a whole, you will see that the endings outside nominative and accusative are rather recognizable. So in order to familiarize yourself with asau adas as a whole, you need to do two things. One, memorize the forms of nominative and accusative in all three numbers and all three genders. And secondly, memorize the various stems that you find in the remainder of the cases, so instrumental, dative, ablative, genitive, and locative, which are amu and amush in all genders, ami in the masculine plural, and amu in the dual and the feminine plural. Let's take one more brief look at nominative and accusative. In the masculine singular, we have asau and amum. In the feminine singular, we have asau and amum. So asau is the form for both feminine and masculine nominative singular. And in the accusative, we then have amum in the masculine and amum in the feminine. So basically what we have is short vowel plus m in the masculine and long vowel plus m in the feminine, which is what we also have in the equivalent forms of sahtad, which are tam and tam. Then in the dual, the form for nominative and accusative in all three genders is amu. This is parallel to what we've seen in other paradigms where the ending for nominative and accusative dual was either a long vowel or a diphthong. Then in the plural, we get for the masculine ami and amun, for the neuter amuni, and for the feminine amuch. So what we have here in a way is parallel to what we found in sahtad, where we had in the masculine nominative plural an ending that wasn't quite recognizable. In sahtad we had te, and here we have ami, not really parallel to many other things that we've encountered. But then in the accusative, with sahtad we had tan, here we have amun. In the neuter we had tani, here we have amuni. And in the plural, with sahtad, in the feminine of sahtad, we had tach, and here we have amuch. So again, use forms of other paradigms, forms that you already know, to help you memorize these new forms. That was it for this chapter. We hope that you found this video helpful, and if you have any comments or suggestions, we would love to hear from you. Please do write to us at rupal@cambridge-sanskrit.org. And now, for your own work on this material, good luck and have fun!